Okay, now let's turn to the last problem, RMB internationalization. When we talk about international currency, we think of US dollar at once. US dollar became the single international currency at the end of World War II in the Bretton Woods Conference. Before US dollar, Great Britain pound had been international currency in a long time till it was replaced by US dollar. Since the breakdown of Bretton Woods system in the beginning of 1970s, the status of US dollar as an international currency has been challenged. What's international currency? Many scholars provide definitions. According to Canon, an international currency is used and held beyond the borders of the issuing country. This means an international currency is not merely used for transactions with residents, but is also used for transactions between residents and non-residents. A more widely used definition came from Chen and Frankel. According to Chen and Frankel, an international currency should be a store of value, a medium of exchange, and a unit of account for both residents and non-residents. The functions can be further divided into two sub-functions: private use and public use. Let's look at the table showing a 3x2 matrix with 3 rows and 2 sectors. When international currency is used for private purposes, it's used for currency substitution, bridging currency trading in foreign exchange markets, and invoicing and denominating trade and financial transactions. When it is used for public purposes, it's used as a reserve currency, an intervention currency, and an anchor currency. The strategy of RMB internationalization was initiated by Chinese government in 2009. The process was motivated by the following considerations. First, the internationalization of RMB will reduce exchange rate risks to which the Chinese firms are exposed. The internationalization of RMB means that more foreign trade and financial transactions will be invoiced and settled in RMB. As a result, the exchange rate risk for domestic firms will be reduced or cancelled accordingly. Because of China's persistent current account and capital account surpluses, RMB appreciation pressure has been building up steadily since early 2003. Many believe that if exports are invoiced and settled in RMB, Chinese exporters will be able to avoid exchange risk, while RMB is in the process of appreciation, and hence the momentum of the People's Republic of China's exports can be maintained. Second, the internationalization of RMB will reduce transaction costs in trade, including the cost of trade, finance, and lead to a further expansion of international trade. The rapid increase in the use of RMB as a settlement currency or payment currency has greatly boosted China's border trade. Third, the internationalization of RMB means that the need for the People's Republic of China to hold the dollar as a medium of exchange and a store of value will be reduced accordingly, which helps decrease the accumulation of foreign reserves. This also means that China will be able to reduce seigniorage paid to the U.S., taking into consideration the high probability that in the long run the dollar will devalue further and the U.S. government will inflate away its debt burden by monetizing its budget deficit, such as already the perception of quantitative easing by reducing the holding of dollar-denominated financial assets. China will be able to reduce capital losses on its huge foreign exchange reserves in the future. Fourth, the internationalization of RMB will improve the funding efficiency of Chinese-funded financial institutions, hence increasing their international competitiveness and lead to the expansion of China's financial services sector. It is conducive to develop Shanghai as an international financial center. Finally, with more and more RMB in circulation abroad, Chinese government can earn huge amount of seigniorage in the future. However, RMB internationalization is a double-edged sword. Central bank may lose monetary independence with increased volatility in money demand and money circulation velocity. Free capital flows may trigger financial crisis. With financial liberalization, increased volatility of interest rates and foreign exchange rates may result in higher risks and disturb financial markets.